They've really refurbished this place. Looking so much better than what it did a couple of years ago.
Also,
So this is a ticket office, and with your tickets you get a free ticket for a ride on a tram.
Thanks, mate. No worries.
So this is looking awesome. And there's a little bit of a fellow that gives you a bit of a guided tour, a little bit of a talking information tour through this area. They're really well done up. Floors are spectacular compared to what they were. These trams are actually operating, and they do run down the side of Lake Wendouree. So every so often they grab a tram and take it out, and you can go for a vintage tram ride on the side of Lake Wendouree. It's pretty cool. Here's our horses, Midnight, a vicious black horse well known for biting. Back in the day they had these horse-drawn trams, really spectacular. And you had a top decking as well as an inside decking. All these trams have been restored over many years. These date back to 1887. The girls are having a little tour with the guide. I'm doing my own thing here. This one's the West Geelong tram, an old West Geelong tram. This is a little driver's area. And you've got the seating area in the back. Very cool. This is one they're restoring. It's tram 32. Not too sure where it's from. We'll check it out. There's a lot of volunteers that work on these trams, and this one is currently being restored. This is a Ballarat number 32, and it's a 1920s tram. This one's a 1952 tower truck. Comes from Melbourne. 616 Little Collins Street to be exact. Whatever was happening there. How cool is that? Looks like history. Check the interior. Wow. And this is a driver's area. Try not to shake, it's really cold. So, this is the interior. This one's still got a bit of restoration work to be done on it, as you can see by the seats. But this is your typical old style trams. Here's another Sturt Street from Ballarat tram. It's number 40, it's 1913. This is one of the old Ballarat trams to Drummond Street. This goes past the hospitals, or it used to go past the hospitals. Beautifully done up by the looks of it.
They're supposed to
Driver's seat.
If you want to, please give me. Please give me.
This one's a St Kilda tram. So if you know Melbourne, St Kilda is a suburb of Melbourne. And this is a Brighton Beach tram. So this is the horse tram here.
Yeah, this is
The
how
old
it
horse
was.
tram.
This is the corner of it when we first got it.
And I was just speaking to the guide, and he was telling me this is the condition that the horse tram was in when they first got it. So you can sort of see the amount of work that volunteers have put in to all the trams here, and particularly this one. And this is absolutely beautiful, this tram. And that was once this. Got a bit of an undercarriage here they've been restoring. Some bits and pieces, obviously from the engines. And this place was established in 1971 when they started collecting the trams, a lot of the old trams, and started restoring them in 1971. Tickets to come in here cost you $10, but you do get a free ticket train ride with that. And it's really worthwhile when you're checking out the history. I mean, you know, have a look at this one here. This one hasn't been restored yet. And they will turn it into something like these beautiful trams here. So there's a lot of notice boards, information boards about the trams, the conductors, the history and all that sort of stuff in the building. And there's also a little make your own coffee section, so it's pretty cool. And there's a lot of drawings we've got here. Pencil drawings, ink drawings, which is really cool. This is in a little coffee area. And they've got, for the kids, they've got these little things. You can come in here and they can colour in the trams, which is really cool. And there's a little video screen showing the tram lines, and we'll show a bit of the trams and that, and some of the older cars. Oh, this has got to be the 50s or something. I was just looking at some of the older cars there. They've got to be 50s. Look at that. Look at the old style cars. That's a 26 tram, which I saw in the building. The old Holdens. Oh Jesus, here we go, street of Ballarat. Let's check out some of the old cars that come across there. Look at that. Isn't it all V-dub by the looks of it? Surfboards on top. Now look at that, that's history. That is history. That is the streets of Ballarat. It's so funny to watch some of the old cars and some of the old street corners there. Oh my God, what is that? There we go. Some of the old miners' cottages. Jesus. I don't know if you can see into the glass cages here, but there's a couple of touristy type things here. A couple of little historic things. Old ticket books. Conductor's hat. Conductor's bag. Catch a tram to the Begonias. Every year they have a Begonia festival here in Ballarat. This is the number 2 tram. I just wanted to show you the lights. So what's it like behind the wheel of a tram? Well, don't really get too much room. Seat's a bit wobbly, and this is about as much room as you get.
Well,
So
you
there's
do
not
all right.
too
You're a
much
string
room.
bean.
Yep, you got a bit of string beam to be
Yeah,
working
there's not a
here.
lot of room in there.
Little fire extinguisher up there. Oh, whatever that is, some sort of a bell.
Yeah, they've taken the bells out for their own sanity.
Ah, yes. Well, otherwise the kids will be rigging them all day long. There you go, a windscreen wiper. Very cool. I suppose you need a windscreen wiper. It is Ballarat. It is Melbourne. So there you go. You got some sort of a. It's a Westinghouse. Check it out. It's made by Westinghouse. How cool is that? So you've got your steery turny thing or something there. I'm not sure what that's all about. I'm not too sure what this is all about. This is probably about the brakes and
term,
things.
the steery-turny thing.
It's a technical term. It's a steery
Steery-turny thing. And there's the
I don't know
worry
what that does.
there's the worry
I'm
winding
not
thing.
too sure what this was about.
Darling, on the other side there's the worry winding thing.
Yeah. And there's some sort of a gauge here. That's an air brake. Something to do with the air brakes. Okay, so this is probably the braking mechanism, and this would be, I don't know, who knows? I don't drive trams, but this is what it feels like. You're really, really cramped in. And behind me, that's all sealed. Little door here though, so you can go out to the back. Actually, you can't because there's a seat there too. But this is what it's like. This is what you view when you're sitting inside the driver's seat. And from a passenger's viewpoint, so well restored. A very cool place to visit. So we hope you've enjoyed this little tour here. And give Midnight a bit of a pat. Hopefully it won't bite me. And for now, we'll say check you later. Hope you've enjoyed.